Move this massive truck right now. You're completely blocking my driveway.
Just give me 10 minutes to tow it to my shop. They need to sell it for her medical bills.
I don't care about her bills.
I couldn't believe how heartless this neighbor was, threatening to call the police on my tow truck while I was trying to rescue a car for a sick elderly couple. I had volunteered to help Mr. and Mrs. Henderson. The sweet grandmother was fighting a severe illness, standing weakly on her medical walker, and they urgently needed to sell their neglected 2007 Ford Taurus for emergency medical cash. Because the car had been sitting stuck by the fence for 2 years, the tires were flat, the brakes were locked, and it was completely covered in thick green moss. To properly restore it, I had to bring my large flatbed tow truck to haul it back to my garage. But the moment I backed the truck in and lowered the heavy steel ramp to winch the car up, the neighbor in the black jacket charged out of her house, screaming at the top of her lungs. Because my towing rig was large, the ramp was temporarily blocking her driveway line. I politely explained that the car was dead, and I just needed a few minutes to secure it on the bed so we could fund the grandmother's critical treatments. She looked right past the crying elderly couple and shouted that she didn't care, demanding I lift the ramp and leave immediately. She even pulled out her phone, threatening to have my business penalized for blocking the public roadway. The grandfather looked so defeated, apologizing for the trouble, but I wasn't going to let her selfishness stop this emergency rescue. I told her to go ahead and make the call, then turned around, hooked the heavy steel cables to the Taurus, and carefully winched the moldy sedan up onto the flatbed. Back at my garage, the deep restoration was absolute therapy. We blasted away 2 years of hardened green slime with an industrial pressure washer, revealing a flawless metallic blue finish. We gave it a chemical decontamination, polished out the heavy scratches, and completely steam sanitized the dust-choked cabin until the interior looked factory new. Mechanically, we replaced the dead battery, unseized the rusty brakes, and got the engine running flawlessly. When we towed the pristine, gleaming Taurus back 48 hours later, the neighbor was staring bitterly from her porch. The elderly couple broke down in tears of pure relief and sold the car the very next day for full market value to cover her treatments. Was I wrong for blocking the street for 10 minutes to help them? Let me know in the comments.